Thank you. A couple of points. If you take a look at the statements put out by a couple of the corporations and the documents furnished by Mr. Calder, you'll see language to this effect, and I don't want to name the company because it wouldn't be fair, but this company, quote, does not knowingly use these minerals and byproducts as specified in the Conflict Minerals Trade Act. That doesn't comply. Under the SEC and the Form 10K, if you file, there's liability attached to it as opposed to simply furnishing information to the SEC. In the documents here from several corporations ostensibly already in compliance with Section 1502, just looking at the face of them, they're not in compliance. You can't say this company does not knowingly use the materials, and another company says that we will not, quote, knowingly purchase any material from any minefield with social problems. And so it's not a matter of knowing something. It's a matter of being responsible even if you don't know it. The term knowingly does not take you out of compliance with the SEC. The second thing is, in our congressional districts, we've lost a couple of circuit board makers, and Mr. Puddles, you and I talked about this. The little guys that have to get in tin for the soldering and others of those. If there's a company overseas that makes a circuit board that has these materials in them, and it's exported to the United States, and the company in the United States that does not have to register with the SEC, then isn't it a fact that there's no violation of the law? Mr. Puddles?
That is correct. Any company outside of the United States that is selling to a non-SEC issuer will have no reporting requirements and therefore can buy their tin and their gold anywhere they want to buy it.
And if a completed product is made overseas and exported to the United States, does the company that's doing the importing in the U.S. have to certify as to every product coming in that is conflict-free?
If their customers and their supply chain are all non-SEC issuers, there'll be no requirement on any of them to report any content in that product, correct?
Okay. And then as I read the statute, it says, the language says that conflict-free is defined to mean, quote, the products that do not contain minerals that directly or indirectly finance or benefit armed groups in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. How is somebody supposed to know that? I mean, Dr. Say, how many mines are in the Congo?
Oh, I don't know the exact number, Congressman. I'm sorry, but it's hundreds. And many of them are informal. So, I think one of the important things to note is that even if I'm very skeptical of this idea of a closed pipeline coming out of the DRC. I think you can have a closed pipeline coming out of other countries, but in the DRC, even if you are able to mine outside the influence of minerals, you cannot leave an airstrip. You cannot cross roads without paying off militias. It's just under the circumstances, with the lack of governance, with the lack of anybody really being in control, it is going to be impossible to verify that those minerals have no association and are not tainted by association with armed groups in Congo.
And that's where the problem starts. If there's no way to verify it at the source of the mines, how can a company certify under civil, if not possible, criminal penalty that they are conflict-free?
It's really going to be difficult. There are these programs that we call bag and tag, where you tag the minerals at the location and seal them in bags. But even then, the transportation becomes an issue, and it's going to be very, very difficult to verify that. I mean, you should never underestimate the entrepreneurial creativity of the Congolese. They will find a way around these regulations because it's a matter of survival. It's a matter of survival to smuggle out minerals, to find a way. And so I think, focusing on the governance issue, it's a great idea.
And then are there ever products from different mines that are combined?
Oh, sure, absolutely. There are processing facilities in the Kivus as well. I mean, I think we have the idea that all the minerals are flown out as raw, and that's not true. In Bukavu, there's a facility that separates out cassiterite and coltan, which tend to be found in nature together. And they don't, associate what comes from where. They just dump it all into their products and send it out as one product.
Okay.
Gentleman's time
Thank you, Mr.
expired.
Chairman.
Thank you. Mr. Carson recognized for 5 minutes.